If you're watching that game last night and you're Jerry or you're Steven, and you're watching Dak go 32 for 36 against a defense that has undressed some good quarterbacks, and you're watching a young quarterback with a 99 passer rating, you had one thought. What can I get for Tony Romo? We all knew the Romo era was wobbly. It's over. If you're in Dallas, let him go. And I've told you guys before, I've been divorced. I know what I'm talking about here. You can't be paralyzed when you get a divorce about your ex-wife. She's going to sleep with somebody else. She's going to find happiness. It may be better in both cases than you. Get over it. Don't be paralyzed. Green Bay didn't get paralyzed with Favre. They won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Indianapolis didn't get paralyzed with Peyton Manning. He won a couple of Super Bowls. They had the draft luck. Look around this league right now with the 7 or 8 teams that don't have a franchise quarterback. They're unwatchable. Forget winning, they're unwatchable. You can't be paralyzed. Tony Romo is going to go to a place like Arizona with Bruce Arians and a really good roster, and he's going to win a bunch of games. Tony Romo is going to win a bunch of games, and he may beat you, Dallas, but you have one thought if you're Jerry and Steven watching that game last night, and that is, what can I get for Tony Romo? Dak Prescott's now 12-0 against everybody in the league not named the New York Giants, with a completion percentage of 71%. I mean, this kid is, listen, I have no problems acknowledging it. I just didn't see it coming. I didn't see it. I've watched all these young quarterbacks this year. Jared Goff looks like the room's too big for him. Paxton Lynch, wobbly. Carson Wentz, super, super talented, but regressing. You start putting the numbers up there. Wentz and Goff, they're a combined 5-14. Now I will tell you, part of Dak's success is that O-line and that running back and that Ivy-educated coach and that Hall of Fame tight end who's probably on his last leg last year, and Des Bryant. But you can have no other thought. You can have no other thought when you watch the Cowboys last night other than, what can we get for Tony Romo? And a source with knowledge told Mike Florio Romo may be inclined to request a release that could give him more options, and it would not force the team that inherits him to give up draft picks or players. So that kid has had 2 bad halves, one against Philly and one against the Giants. And part of this is, I'm not here to say Jerry Jones is a genius. Some of this is luck. Okay, Russell Wilson dropped to the 3rd round for Seattle and Richard Sherman the 5th. If Pete Carroll knew those guys were as good as they were, they wouldn't have dropped to the 3rd and the 5th. Gronk dropped to the 2nd. Tom Brady dropped to the 6th. Some of Bill Belichick's success is luck. Never forget this. The Raiders got lucky. The Houston Texans needed a quarterback, but because they had drafted David Carr, and it was so bad, they thought, we can't draft Derek Carr. If we draft Derek and he struggles like David, we'll all get fired. So they needed a quarterback, and they passed on Derek Carr, who goes to the Raiders, and he's going to be unbelievable. He is unbelievable. He's a baby. So some of this is luck. And then some of it is, the Cowboys desperately wanted Paxton Lynch, and then Denver traded up to get him. So you can't pat yourself on the back too much, but give the Cowboys credit. They have realized very quickly this kid is special. And I think inside the organization, and I've said this before, I think inside the organization, because I think Romo's going to go somewhere and succeed. They made their minds up a long time ago. He's going to help merchandising. He's going to be healthy. People like the style of play. Just the name Dak, Dez. It's big. It's Dallas.